There's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. Evan McPherson about ready to get this going as we are underway now from Paul Brown Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Taylor's got the first down and more. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. To return, here's Agnew. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that, because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
To Mixon on the check down. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make it a 2nd down.
11.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Burrow on 3rd down. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to get this back within a touchdown. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Sliding, and that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
He's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First and 10, Taylor now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. But he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
That is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
12.
Burrow will throw. He completes it to Boyd. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd on his way to a monster game. 3 first half touchdowns. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. On the return is Hines. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater throws this one right side to Pascal. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Burrow looking to pass. Now Burrow loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on? McPherson on for the point after. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return is Hines. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he's forced out left. Left side, Doyle with it. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Seconds left in this first half. A timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. To return, here's Agnew. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mixon with a first down and more. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Ja'Marr Chase, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Mixon with a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Ja'Marr Chase, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Bridgewater's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact, wrapped it up, unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him. You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Pressure comes and down he goes. Logan Wilson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Julian Blackmon bringing him down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 5.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 36, Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Ferguson.
I know he spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Anthony Firkser, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return is Hines. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now a throw here, hauled in. Got the defense on their heels. 2 1st downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here in a 3rd and 8. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
112 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
They'll run with Mixon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of